My name is Hannah, and this is my beauty budget. Hey y'all, so I'm back. I haven't filmed since Thursday. The last video I filmed was my check-in, and I filmed it right before I went to Joshua Tree. So since I chatted with you, I've been to Joshua Tree, I've been back, and I didn't feel sicky when I was in Joshua Tree, but now that I'm back, I feel sicky again. I don't know how, it can't be that I was sicky and then I wasn't and then I was again. I feel like maybe I just magically didn't feel sicky when I was there because I was with my friends and I was having fun, or maybe I'm allergic to being at home and having to work, and I'm not allergic to being in Joshua Tree and hanging out with friends. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. It's because I feel low energy. I wanted to tell you that because I feel a bit low energy again. But this is traditionally one of my favorite videos to film. It's the one in which I share how I spent my budget in the preceding month. So I'm going to tell you how I spent my October budget, the things that I bought, and how I feel about them, little mini reviews. It's just 5 things, and to me it's just one thing and then 4 kind of incidental things, because I have kind of been following through with my current, so far 2-month-long habit of just buying one big thing each month. But that's the meat of the video. That's what I'm going to tell you. So let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. Sadie's playing with a hairband. Sadie is really sad today, and it's because we bought her a toy, like her favorite toy that she's had and destroyed and had and destroyed. It's like a mouse on a string type thing, and she destroyed the last one a long time ago and we hadn't replaced it, and I finally replaced it and it came yesterday. So all yesterday we were playing mouse on string all day long. She's so happy. And now in every moment that we're not playing mouse on string, she's sad. So at the beginning of October, I had $237.85 in my budget. That's because I had $37.85 that I had retained from the preceding month. So I had a little bit more than my usual $200, and I spent most of it. I didn't spend every single penny, but I spent most of it. And when the month started, I already knew what I wanted to buy. I had kind of been gearing up, and it was interesting. That happened the month before as well, like when I rolled into September, which was the month in which I bought the blouse. I had already picked it out. I had already planned to buy it. I even think I maybe had already negotiated the price with the seller, and I had told her that I was planning to buy it right on the first of the month. With that purchase and with that month, I had done all of the planning during August. Gosh, that seems like a long time ago now, because it kind of was. I had done all of the planning during the end of August, and then the purchase had happened at the beginning of September, and then that had been it. I hadn't engaged really in any more shopping behavior for pretty much the entire month of September. And it was when we got towards the end of September, beginning of October, that I started to realize that I was about to have budget again to spend, and I started to wonder if there was one beautiful big ticket item that I wanted to choose as my October purchase. And it was weird. I don't even know. You know, during this video, I always kind of like to track my decision-making process and think about where the ideas came from. It sort of came out of the blue. What I did was I bought a pair of jeans. A lot of you already know this because you've been following me on Instagram, and I've been wearing these jeans nonstop. I mean, really, if you follow me on Instagram, you will be nodding your head and being like,
yes, Hannah, that's correct. You have been wearing them nonstop.
I mean, I think I've worn these jeans probably 90% of the days. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I've worn them almost every single day since I bought them. And I do know where I kind of heard of them first. It was on Samantha Ravindall's channel. I'll tell you what they are, and then maybe I'll kind of be able to get it together to remember from whence the idea came. So the jeans are by the brand AGOLDE, and I got them from revolve.com, and they are the 90s fit high rise. So I have a very, very, very long waist. I mean, the length of body that's between my belly button and my crotch is 3 times longer than most people. So these are really quite high-waisted. I think that the rise is something like 12 or 14 inches. Yeah, the rise is almost 13 inches, so it's 12.5 inches, but I think it kind of varies from wash to wash. It varies, or listing to listing, it varies a little bit. It's something between 12 and 13 inches roughly, which is not dramatically, I could wear a 14-inch rise and it wouldn't look too editorial on me, like it would look kind of normal, but this is at least high enough for me that it feels like it's covering my entire butt area all the way up to my actual waist. So they're high rise, but they're also kind of a loose, baggy boyfriend fit. And I feel like it was the combination of those two things that really sold it for me, because a lot of times when you're going for a baggy fit in a pant or in a jean, especially historically, like for me growing up, a loose fit or a comfortable fit jean was always going to be low slung, and like a boyfriend style jean was always going to kind of sit down around your hip bones, and that's just rough for me. It doesn't work well with my body type. It doesn't stay up well on me. Those kinds of things don't tend to fit me well because the way they fit in my butt and my legs don't tend to match up with the way they fit in my waist. So I'm super into this trend of like a mom jean or like a high-waisted jean combined with the trend of a boyfriend or a dad jean or a baggy jean, because it means that I get that fit on my waist, that super high waist, and I actually have it fitting on my waist, but it's not going to cling in my butt and my thighs, which I just carry a lot of weight there. Like no matter how in shape I am, I'm jutesy. I don't know if you guys care about this, but maybe it will help if you're like eyeing these jeans. This is what this video is all about, right? Like me blabbering about the exact specifications of the thing that I chose to buy. And that's why I like these, right? Because they're high-waisted, but they've got this incredibly oversized loose fit that sort of belies their high-waistedness. So when I started hearing about that, and I saw Samantha Ravindall talk about them on her channel, she has them in the light blue, like the influencer wash, and I got them in black, I started to feel like I might be all about that life. And I don't have any other jeans. I have one pair of like leather look legging jeans that I wear if I ever go to the club or to the bar, like if I ever want to look really sharp and sort of, I don't know, nighttime Hannah, like night owl clubbing Hannah, like that's her, those are her pants, but I don't wear them in the day to day. And I just started to think that maybe the perfect pair of jeans for me was missing from my wardrobe, and the intensity and frequency with which I have worn these has shown me that that is true. And I do kind of remember a little bit more of my thought process now. I think that there's something about the casual nature of jeans, and the pair that I purchased, I'll actually right now I'll throw up a couple of pictures of outfit of the day shots from Instagram so that you can see what they look like, because you're not going to be able to see with me holding them up here because they're black and you know you can't really see the deal, you can't really see the silhouette. So I'll have put up a couple pictures and you can see they're extremely distressed. They're like super sex distressed. I mean, where did that come from? That's not a thing. Well, maybe AGOLDE should hire me to name their jeans, and I'll name a pair sex distressed jeans, because I feel like those would sell like hotcakes. Anyway, there's extreme distressing going on with these jeans, so they're definitely like it's a casual jean. It's like a casual, an Uber style casual jean. I have at this point a pretty decent number of pants. If you saw my closet clean out, if you've like been keeping up with me with my fashion content, then you know that I've purchased kind of several pairs of pants during my budget year. I feel like I'm always in search of a good pair of pants, and I think that it's harder for me to find a good pair of pants than it is for me to find a good top, because my proportions on my bottom half are a little bit more unusual and a little bit kind of less ideal according to me. So it's just harder for me to dress my bottom half. So my insecurities about my body kind of drive me to continue searching for the next best thing all the time with pants. I'm highly aware that that's what's going on with pants, but at the same time, I still want to have what feels like a good number of really good pants. So that has played out during my budget year. You guys have seen me be like, I don't have enough pants. I don't have enough good pants. I feel like I never have pants. That happens to me. I'll wake up, I'll get dressed, I'll be like, I want to wear this sweater, this top. And then I'll be like, but I don't have any pants to go with it. Or I don't have any pants that I feel good in right now. Or I don't have any pants that I want to wear right now. I just have a pants problem, right? So this is kind of a continuation of that. But I feel like I hit it out of the park with this purchase, because as I was trying to say before I went on that tangent about my insecurity about my body, I was trying to say that a lot of the pants that I've ended up with that have somehow in my mind like solved the problem of my proportions have ended up being more formal. Like they're long and flowy, or they are trousers style, or they're like a faux leather, so they're kind of edgy, but they aren't the kind of thing I just want to be throwing on and going in from day to day. I feel like I've ended up with a lot of just slightly more formal pants that are beautiful and can be worn in an editorial way, but they just don't have that kind of edginess or coolness that I often am craving just on like a Wednesday when all I'm going to do is go write at the coffee shop and then go work in my own studio. And I just want to kind of feel like I've got a bit of a vibe, but I don't necessarily feel like wearing my like wide leg linen pants. You know what I mean? I just started to feel like it wasn't just an issue of dressing myself with my body and my proportions, but it was kind of an issue of not having like this one kind of old, reliable, super casual, easy, edgy pant. And jeans are what everybody uses in that role. Like everybody has jeans that they wear most of the time. And then they wear non-jean pants when they want to dress it up a bit. And I like went the other way. I was wearing non-jean pants all the time. And then I was like, I really want to dress it down a bit. And so I need to get a pair of jeans, or I want to get a pair of jeans. I didn't need to get a pair of jeans, but I wanted a pair of jeans enough to spend a large chunk of my budget on them. And then when I found these and I started reading about them and I started looking at pictures and I started thinking about how they would integrate into my wardrobe, I became more convinced. In my own roundabout way, I feel like I've said a lot of what I need to say about the fit, except for one thing that I haven't said yet, which is that the looseness in the legs and the kind of the boyfriend baggy style that they have, it also applies to the waist itself. So this is partly also because my waist is relatively small compared to the rest of my bottom half. But on me, the waist has relaxed so much of these, and I bought them in my usual size, which is 27. It was so hard to figure out what size to get because everyone's like, size down, size down, size down, or they're going to be huge in the waist. And I decided to just try my regular size, and when I first bought them, they did fit pretty well in the waist, and then they felt a little bit snugger than I wanted on the rest of my body, like my legs and my butt. But after just like 24 hours of wear, they were uber comfortable in the thighs and the butt. Like they had become the sort of slip-on, easy, effortless, roomy pant that I wanted. And then they started loosening up in the waist. And at this point, they're so roomy in the waist that I could literally like stick my whole hand down there if I wanted to. Like I could, not like I do, not like I sit around doing that, you guys, but I could, right? There's like so much room in the waist. They aren't like fitted onto my waist the way that I think many of the reviewers online think that a jean should be. I think this is how they were designed to be. I think that they were designed to truly fit like you throw on a pair of your husband's jeans, your boyfriend's jeans, your dad's jeans, right? I think they really are supposed to look like they're too big, but they're constructed in such a way that they stay up and they are still very, very flattering, but they have this kind of like oversized styling to them. And there are a lot of people online in the reviews who have sized down to kind of offset that oversized styling because they still want the style of them, but they don't want them to truly be oversized. If you buy your proper size, which is what I did, I took my usual size, which is 27 in jeans, then you're gonna get like an actual oversized jean in this pant. But I live for it. I love it. And I love that feeling that it's not hugging my, like, it's not like pressing into my tummy. It's not cutting into my waist. I feel like my weight can fluctuate because my weight does fluctuate a lot. I don't know what my actual weight is because I think that scale weight is literally a lie. Like muscle weighs more than fat, so your body can transform completely in terms of your proportions, and your weight can stay the same, or you can even like become way healthier and way more fit and gain weight. Like that can happen. So I just think that weighing yourself on a scale, why am I going on so many like body issues tangents in this video? But I believe that weighing yourself on a scale is not only stressful, but totally useless in terms of what it tells you about your health. So we don't own a scale, like a weight scale. We haven't had one for years, and I haven't weighed myself for years. I've literally no idea how much I weigh. But my weight in terms of like how big my waist literally is, it fluctuates a lot. It fluctuates over the course of a month. It fluctuates over the course sometimes of a day. Sometimes my waist is bigger and sometimes it's smaller because am human and I'm a human woman. So, you know, I think that it's normal for women's, like, we like retain water and like lose water weight, not all women, but a lot of women, so dramatically that your weight can fluctuate by several pounds over the course of a day. Another reason why scale weight is just like an absurd thing to pay attention to. Anyway, the point is that I like the fact that these jeans are not jeans that I like can only wear when I'm feeling super healthy and fit, or like I go to put them on and then I'm like, oh, I don't feel like putting that. Like, no, they're like sweatpants to me in terms of my relationship with my comfort of wearing them. I'm not sure how that sentence came out, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, every time I want to wear them, I know I'm going to feel great physically in them because they're going to kind of be shifting around my body and like sitting on my body, but not like squeezing my body anywhere. And I'm just really, really happy with them. I feel like I'm omitting to say like all sorts of things that a normal fashion blogger would say, like the fabric content, they're 100% cotton, they don't have any stretch in them, they're like traditional jeans, they're by this brand AGOLDE. I'll link them below, so if you're interested in these exact jeans, then you can click through. But I think that what's interesting to most of you is just that I invested with almost all of my budget in one single pair of casual but designer jeans. And the thing that I haven't said yet either is the price. They were $188, almost my entire budget. I think I was about to say this like 15 minutes ago at the beginning of the video, but I planned it towards the end of September. Towards the end of September, I started thinking about it. All of a sudden, I was like, I know exactly what I want. I want those super high-waisted, loose-fit, destroyed jeans. And then when I started looking them up, I was like, and I want them in black. And as soon as the month turned over, basically, I bought them. And I wasn't sure right away because, like I told you, when I put them on the first time, they felt a little bit more tight than I was expecting them to. And I know myself, and when a jean is like that, I won't reach for it. That's why I don't own any jeans. Because even if they have Lycra in them, like even if they're stretchy, the feeling that it's like a little bit like a legging or a little bit tight on the waist, I won't wear it. It has to be like this sweatpant type of jean. Not stretchy like a sweatpant, but you know what I mean, like the way that it fits. But after I wore them around the house a little bit and I became pretty confident they were going to loosen up, and then within a day they had loosened up, and I was like, oh yeah, these are it. This is it. And I am about to say this. This is the most successful purchase of my budget year. Because the blouse might still be my favorite thing. I think it is. Yeah, it clearly is. Like if I had to give one of them back right now. Oh, this is so interesting because it's putting my practicality, it's stacking my practicality up against my love of beauty and sort of extremely strange, beautiful things. If I had to give one of them back right now, I would probably give back the jeans because the blouse is just so special and distinctive, and probably in the future, jeans that I love will like come and go. But that blouse I don't feel like is gonna come around again, or you know what I mean? Maybe something kind of like it or something that checks similar boxes, but it is still my favorite thing that I've purchased with my budget this year. But this was the best choice in terms of practicality, in terms of success. I think it's probably the thing that I've gotten the most use out of everything that I bought with my budget this year, with the exception of like skincare and replacement products like that. But in terms of, I don't know, clothing items and even makeup, like lipstick and stuff like that, I've worn these jeans more than I've worn anything that I bought with my budget. Isn't that wild? Even though I've only had them for a month, I really can only remember wearing something other than these jeans like 2 times, really, over the past month. They go with everything. They go so well with, you can even wear them with like more formal sweaters. You can kind of mix fancy and unfancy. I even wore them with like a blazer one day, that soft felted blazer that I have. I could wear them with my blouse, probably the ruffled blouse, because you can tell how well designed they are. They definitely are that style statement piece, even though they are styled to be casual because they're so ripped and because of the fit. They go with pretty much everything in my wardrobe, and I've just been loving them so much. Okay, even though I'm getting all excited about talking about these jeans, I can also feel myself kind of starting to fade energetically. So I'm gonna bust through the other 4 kind of more pedestrian things that I purchased with my budget, and please forgive me if it ends up being a little bit short. But the other thing that's going on this week is that we're going away again this weekend. We're going to vend at a tango marathon, which is something I haven't done for a while. We've skipped some of the tango events that we historically have gone to just because our lives, Joe's life and my life, have been so crazy this year. So when I started, like last year when I started my channel, we were constantly going to tango festivals and marathons to sell our wares. And this year we haven't done as much of that. We've done some, but not as much. But we are going to one this weekend, and we are leaving it'll be tomorrow when you're watching this. So I'm filming this on Tuesday. It's going up on Wednesday. We're leaving on Thursday, and that means that I have to have a video for Friday and a video for Sunday prepared already. So I have to finish filming this, and I also have to edit it, and then I also have to fit in filming another video at some point. I think I already have the Friday one set. I don't know if you guys care about the logistics of me successfully filming all the videos that I need to film, but that's why I'm kind of feeling like the jeans were the main gig, right? The jeans were the really exciting main gig. I'm over the moon about having chosen them, and now that I've told you about them, it's like I need to like get the show on the road. Although I do have one more thing. I do have one more thing to say about the jeans, which is that having chosen something, it's different from the blouse, right? So this is the second month in a row that I've been doing this, executing this strategy. It's different from the blouse because the blouse was so dramatically unique. The blouse was like, it was really, really special. It's like this, it's a sort of creature in my wardrobe, right? It's really, really, really special and kind of a special occasion piece. And I don't know, you guys tell me, is it easier to comprehend spending $200 roughly on that kind of thing, like a glimmering jewel, or spending $200 on a very high quality, well-designed, well-made, everyday thing, like a beater? I mean, these jeans are beaters. They've become my beater pants. And I love having a basic jean, like a basic pant, that in this case happens to be denim, that is elevated by the fact that it's so well designed and it's so on trend, and it's going to last a really long time because it's all 100% cotton. It's well made. You know, there's something that's really satisfying about that, but it's very different. It's different to spend $200 on like a single shining, gleaming jewel, or to spend $200 on a quality version of a basic item. Both of them make sense to me, and I feel like I'm equally pleased with both, but I feel like it's worth pointing out and kind of opening a discussion because that's just what I like doing on my channel, kind of pointing out like these different ways of justifying different choices when it comes to the mediated collecting and buying of beautiful things. Okay, moving on from the jeans. So the second thing that I bought actually is a clothing item. It's this t-shirt, and I've also worn this on Instagram, and I think I've worn it in a video or two, and it's just, I got it at Target, which is so weird for me. Like I literally almost never go to Target. I think I've been to Target twice this year. It was actually the weekend that I was staying at the hotel. Remember when I went, I took myself away on a weekend getaway to work on a writing project and to like have a little writer's retreat on my own. So I got there, and I can't totally remember why I went to Target. There was a Target very close by, and I needed deodorant. I think that was probably the driving factor, because what I was about to say is like I needed deodorant, but I could have just gone without it for the weekend. But now that I actually think about that, I wouldn't have wanted to do that. Even though I was at the hotel by myself, I think that because I was so close to a Target and I had run out of deodorant, it wasn't that I had forgotten to bring it with me. It was that it was like on my list of things to do, was to replace my deodorant. And I was so close, and so I took a break from working on my project in the middle of Friday evening after I had gotten there, and I walked to Target to replace my deodorant. And I think that I just enjoyed myself looking around. I never go there. I never intentionally, like I didn't go there with the intention of shopping for clothes, but I think I was sort of feeling myself. I was like feeling my freedom for the weekend, feeling my having taken myself away to do work. And I had already purchased the jeans. And so I was kind of like into the fact that I had made this like one decision with my budget. So I didn't feel pressure. Like I didn't feel like $200 burning a hole in my pocket. I knew that even if there was something I wanted to buy, I couldn't spend a lot of money. I didn't feel like that sort of anxious excitement about spending money. I was just sort of casually browsing and looking, and I decided to try this on because I had realized over the course of the warm months here that I just am kind of low on very warm weather clothes. And that time 1 month ago, it was still super, super hot. So I was looking at the clothes in Target and I was kind of like, if I could find like a crop t-shirt that is inexpensive, that I really like and that I would wear a lot, I should get it because it would just make sense. It would fill a hole in my wardrobe. It would help me to get through this next very hot month because this whole past month has been very hot. So I saw this and I tried it on and it fit the bill perfectly. It's oversized. I think I got a big size. Well, I got a medium and it's supposed to be oversized already. So it's definitely like, it's short sleeved, but the sleeves come down to like here on me. It's got that kind of drapey oversized t-shirt look, but it's cropped, not super, super cropped, but like, around my belly button. And I have a very long waist, as I already said, as I already told you. Probably way too in detail. But the other factor is that I was wearing the jeans. And so when I was trying this top on in Target, I put it on with the jeans and they go so well together because the jeans are high-waisted and kind of loose and it's kind of oversized. They have a similar vibe. It looks so good to wear like these sort of like rough and tumble rocker jeans with this kind of like oversized cropped tee with a red lip. Absolutely love that look. I've been wearing that a lot this month. And I was extra compelled to buy it because of how well it went with the jeans and how into the jeans I already was at that moment. So the t-shirt was $13 and that was well within the something like $50 that I had left because I started with almost $240 and I had spent $188 on the jeans. So I got the t-shirt, I got the deodorant. The deodorant was $6. That was another thing that I had to spend my budget on, the reason that I went to Target in the first place. And then that I felt should be it. I was like, I got a replacement. I even got a t-shirt and I bought my one big thing. So that was all right at the beginning of the month. And then time went along and time went on and two other things kind of emerged in my life as necessities, basics that I needed to buy with my budget. Things that I felt like I wanted to add into my life, but that fall within the realm of beauty products, makeup, skincare, clothing, homewares, and so I have to spend my budget if I am to buy them. One of them is this pair of texturizing shears that I bought to trim my own bangs. There's been a bit of a saga with me and my own bangs. I'm always trying to cut them myself. I mean, I always am cutting them myself. Like, I don't know how successful I am at cutting them well, but I'm doing it badly. That's the answer. I'm not successful at cutting them myself because I just use regular scissors. And no matter how much of a tutorial I look up online, like you flip them up, you cut them like at an angle, they always end up looking like clumping together weird even after I wash and dry them. They just always end up not being texturized enough down at the tip of the fringe. And I used to have a pair of texturizing shears, and then after I grew out my bangs, I think I gave them away, and I was like, I'm never going to need these again because I was a fool. Then I got bangs again, and I had never repurchased texturizing shears. So I got these from Amazon, and they're like rainbow. They're actually so pretty. I got them because the price was right and the reviews were good. I didn't get them because they happen to be like this oil spill rainbow, but it doesn't hurt that they are. They're kind of special looking, and I'm into it. So as you can see, they've got all of these little teeth, and basically when you cut when I cut the edge of my bangs with them, they don't cut a flat line, they just cut some of the hairs out. So if I have, say these are my bangs, This video is amazing. Say these are my bangs right here, and I've cut them to this length. If I put the texturizing shears here and cut them, they'll shear away like some of the hair. They'll shear away some of the hair and leave some of the hair at the original length. So it just adds like thinness and texture to the edge of the bangs. And I have cut my own bangs so much more successfully several times since buying these, probably 2 times. My hair grows really fast. So even though I got them within this month, I actually, ironically, just yesterday trimmed them again because we're going away this weekend and they've just gotten so long they're like annoying to wear down and I don't want to keep sweeping them aside. And that happens so many times in and amongst the long length of time between grammar, where are you today? I like to go a long time between haircuts and I don't want to be scheduling a bang trim like twice a month. And my bangs grow so fast that that's how frequently I want to trim them, because I trimmed them as soon as I had got these and then I trimmed them again just today. So that's twice this month that I've used them. I mean, yesterday, twice this month I've used them. But I didn't wash my hair after I trimmed them and they're all like that. And the rest of my hair is really, really dirty because I haven't washed it since I was in Joshua Tree living my best. So that's why it's all up like this, because I'm going to wash it tonight. So you can't see the result of these in this exact video in which I'm discussing them, but my trimmed bangs for the entire past month pretty much have been a result of these. So you can go back to any recent video and see how my bangs looked when I trimmed them myself. So what I do, I'll tell you briefly, is that I take my normal scissors and I trim them evenly to the length I want them, and then I go in with the texturizing shears and I texturize like about a ½ inch or like 1/3 of an inch up into the bangs. So I haven't totally stopped using the other ones, because if I only went in with these, they would leave some hairs at the longest length of my bangs, and the whole point is I'm ready to trim my bangs because the longest length is too long. The length of all of them is too long. I hope that makes sense, but they're fairly easy to use and this is just a really good thing to have. I remember back in the day when I first got them, after I got them and started trimming my own bangs, I was like, why didn't I think of this earlier? Because it makes it so much easier to do at home. And then the last thing that I bought, I can't find because I wish you could see what's going on. Did I do an okay job of like making it look like it's like classic social media move, like the one spot of my desk that's in the camera line of sight in the video in frame. the one bit of my desk that's in frame like looks normal, but starting right out of frame and then extending all across in front of here is the carnage of the fact that I was away, came back, had a bunch to do, am going to have to pack again to go away for this weekend. It's just an absolute mess. So in and amongst all of this stuff somewhere is a little tube of Duo lash glue. And I bought that lash glue because I received a PR package from Elysium Lashes. They sent me some of their new brushes and they sent me some of their lashes with the little bits of color in them. And I will put up here on the screen right now the picture that I took, the Instagram picture that I've put up of the first day that I wore them. I wore a little snippet of the blue tinged lashes just on the outer corners of my eyes, and I loved it so much. And I talked about this in my recent favorites video. I've been enjoying wearing little bits of lashes, not really full or even half lashes, almost not even like 1/3 of the eyelashes. It's just been like a little bit to extend the edge and make my eyes look wider in this direction and a little bit more cat shaped. I've just been loving it, and I am glad that I got the Duo glue because I used to wear false lashes a lot for the weekly photo shoots for my clothing business. And over time, I started realizing that I was losing a lot of my natural lashes. Like when I removed the lashes, even if I was careful, my natural lashes were not optimally healthy as a result of the fact that I was wearing false lashes just once a week, pretty much. And so I just stopped doing it because it wasn't worth it to me, just once a week, just for the photo shoot, to then have like kind of scraggly lashes the rest of the time or having them struggle to grow, because I'm a pretty hairy person, which has its downsides, but one of the upsides is that my eyelashes tend to be pretty naturally robust. And I was kind of disappointed when I realized that I had been like chipping away at that asset by wearing false lashes. So I've never gone back since then. But the only lash glue that I ever tried was the one from House of Lashes. And I loved it because it was really, really effective, really strong. I never had to worry. Even though I have pretty watery eyes, usually it was just amazing at holding those lashes on. But I've heard people talking on YouTube since then about the fact that the House of Lashes glue is like too strong and it's really hard to get it off your eyes without pulling out your natural lashes. And I had never really realized that there are other lash glues that are just a little bit gentler and that don't necessarily pull out your natural lashes. So I decided to try Duo, which is the one that everyone seems to default to. It's the one, the pink writing is the one that I got. I don't really know anything about lash glue, but the Duo that I got is working fine. It holds the lashes on when it needs to, and then it has been much, much easier to remove the lashes than it used to be when I was using the House of Lashes glue. So I feel like that was a great choice. But again, it's like the kind of thing that I have to spend my budget on that kind of thing. It just totally counts as a makeup tool. So I spent $188 on the jeans. Then I spent $13 on the t-shirt, $6 on the deodorant, $10 on the shears, and $5 on the lash glue. And altogether it added up to a tidy $222 out of my original $237.85. So I was left with $15.85, which I refrained from spending, and I've entered this month with $215.85 in my budget. And that is it. This was a great month to me. This was sort of like a banner month because I did buy my one thing, my fewer nicer things thing, and then I had some little incidentals that I had to spend some of my budget on. So that hasn't happened every single month. Some months I just haven't run out of anything, or like I haven't wanted or needed anything like shears or lash glue or anything like that. There haven't been these little like pick up things that I've had to make sure that I had budget reserved for. I usually have reserved budget just in case any of them crop up, but in some months nothing has cropped up, and so it's just kind of been like, well, like I think the month with the blouse, I pretty much just bought that, and I feel like that's it. I mean, it was realistic because it was real. Like that was what happened. If you don't have to replace your deodorant, you don't have to replace your deodorant, and I can't like lie about that or like act like it's always all the same. But I feel like this is sort of like a textbook month. Like this is kind of how I expect that it will go down, or like expected that it would go down. And it's sort of ideal for me because I'm always going to have to pick up a deodorant or buy a lash glue here and there. So it's good that there's like representations of that category in the expenditures from this month. And it's nice to be able to see the way that it looks when I do choose one big investment piece, the jeans, like a fewer nicer things piece, and then still have a little left over for those incidentals, and then have it be a good thing that I had a little left over for those incidentals, because it's like there's balance. But the fact that I knew that I might need to buy something like these shears didn't keep me from choosing one nice thing and spending most of my budget on it. And I didn't spend so much of my budget on it that it then prevented me from being able to buy the lash glue, for example, when I decided that I wanted it. I just like this month. I just like the way that it all shook down, and I've been excited to share it with you guys. And I'm sorry if I've been like a little bit voice scratchy or a little snoggy or a little bit low energy throughout this video. In any case, I'm gonna go figure out my business for the rest of the evening and figure out how I'm gonna get that other video filmed, maybe tomorrow if there's time. If for some reason there's no Friday video, that will be because I couldn't film another one before we left to vend. And so then I had to, the one that I have prepared is a reckoning. I've reckoned with some more stuff since the last time I reckoned. So I have a reckoning filmed and edited. My hope is that it will go up on Friday, and that I'll be able to film something else for you for Sunday. If nothing goes up on Friday, it'll be because I couldn't film another video in time, and so I'm having to place the reckoning as my Sunday video and then start filming again when I get back. So true to form, as soon as I got excited about being able to film more, everything came crashing down, and now I might even be back to just 2 videos this week, my very minimum. But it's okay. I appreciate all of you for being so understanding about that. This is a bit of a madhouse over here. And I appreciate you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Let me know what you think down below. And I hope that you are remembering to take extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.